Motorcycling in winter is just what the doctor recommended, especially if it's relatively rare. Ask why? I think the answer will come a little later. You'll ask, where did the mirrors that you'll see on the static go? They broke off, because before shooting I decided, so to speak, to test the vehicle to understand what I will tell you about. And believe me, now I know what I'm going to tell you about, because I got ears on it. I won't beat around the bush by intriguing you, especially as the title says it all. ZID Barkhan, or using the factory marking extraterrestrial vehicle ZDK 5.910. Let me tell you right away, it is not a novelty. Production began in the middle of the noughties. In short, they have been making it for more than 10 years. Can I say that they sell successfully? No, but it has its fans. In front of us is a ZID Barkhan, which has been operating since 2012 year and very successfully. It's already had a lot of modifications and, believe me, very necessary. The most striking feature is, of course, the front fork. It is outwardly outstanding, lever, also welded from pipes with spring hydraulic shock absorbers. The rubber, of course, is low pressure. The size is 16.5 by 18, model Belshina 79. Each new wheel costs 10,000 rubles. On the round, it turns out to be 30,000. The ZID Barkhan itself costs, well, new, about 250,000 rubles. Now we're going to talk about the non-epic cost. Yes, of course, there are cheaper motorcycles. So, the Matonschik. Lifan, made in Chin. The full name, I don't know how to pronounce it. What do we know about it? It's water-cooled. 200cc displacement, 16 horsepower. Maximum torque after running in is at least 14.5 Newton meters. Gasoline is 90-second gasoline. Oil is poured into the engine separately and directly. In short, everything is as it should be. 15-gallon tank. It's Chinese, but it's very well proven. What do we know about it? Carbureted timing by camshaft push rods. There's a 5-speed gearbox. There's also a transfer case 2-speed. The drives are, of course, chain drives. But from the transfer case, there is a double chain on the rear axle. The clutch is multi-disc, mechanical, in an oil bath. Oh, I almost forgot. You can disengage the left rear wheel, but that's for driving on asphalt, on hard surfaces. The principle is exactly the same as on the UAZIC. Here you unscrew the washers and turn the gear wheel, but no one uses it in peacetime. But the most interesting thing here is the upgrade of the rear axle. I've even got a stick to help you visualize it. Initially, the chain tensioning was very simple. Here you unscrewed the nuts and the rear axle was just, well, a little bit on itself so that there was no slack in the chain. Now it's quite difficult to do that, but the upgrade has been done properly. See, there's the mount here and in the middle of the mount. The chain keeps pulling the axle towards itself. So it turns out that the axle is uneven and it pulls out like a bow and twists in a circle. That is sagging. Consequently, the axle rips. It was tearing all the time, regularly, and the owner installed an additional support, an additional bearing on the axle. Well, apparently, as he says, it's from some kind of farm machinery. Yes, now it is more difficult to tighten the chain, but it does not loosen, and the axle does not break. Well, it's been like that for a few years now, he says. The Bogger has both an electric starter and a kickstarter, just in case. Barkhan, you can start it without a battery. I've already said, the motor is not bad and even, you could say, good. And the fact that there are no problems with spare parts make it great at all. This Lifan is revolutable, so the start is quite lively, but not long. The speeds are switched like on a motorcycle. First down, the rest up. So, let's go for another ride. See, I've got a knee in the gasoline, that's when I was tumbling. But I'm a bit scared of it, to be honest, because it's the clumsiest machine I've ever seen in my life. It's a big cow. In general, to be honest, three wheels are evil. Firstly, the stability is worse. Secondly, the Barkhan has to push through 3 tracks. Again, trying to go around a hole, one of the wheels will hit it anyway. But turning, of course, it is. To put it mildly. Well, it doesn't turn at all. And the engine's pulling so well, isn't it? Everyone's interested in top speed. It's not great and it doesn't need to be. No more than 40 kilometers per hour. But where can you get it on this wanker? Consumption is relative, depending on where you're traveling. About 12. Thanks to its big wheels, the Barkhan can float. But it's very grippy, and there's evidence of that. Again, the tread is not for this, and the front wheel is not leading. By the way, the air filter is located clearly under the seat, so you should not be afraid that Barkhan will drink water. The turning radius is about 5 meters, not a small amount. Rarest, 34 centimeters. Barkhan can carry 150 kilograms of cargo. It's pulling a trailer. But I assure you it can do more than that. It all depends only on the desire to destroy the equipment. Everything depends. Woods, swamps, towers, snowy salt marshes. That's where the Barkhan is. The main thing is to take your time. There's no need to rush anywhere. It's got a reverse gear, I've already told you, so that's 5 forward speeds, 5 reverse speeds. That's very convenient. Somehow I can't quite catch it, but it's definitely there. Or not. Oh, I forgot to put the speed on at all. Dickhead. This technique wins in cross-country ability both quadricycles and snowmobiles, but it loses out to them in speed. Universal, unpretentious, unhurried engine. Of course, its cost is $250,000. There are analogs cheaper and more passable, but this, as they say, is a different story. If such a vehicle is on the expanses of our homeland and someone buys them, it means they are needed. And the crying of internet trolls about, "I would buy another," is just useless chatter. I like the ZID Barkhan, but it almost killed me. But that doesn't matter.